Good morning, everybody. This is Connor from Futures Analytica bringing you guys another live futures trading session with our small account. This is episode 5 of our small account challenge. We have almost reached $2,000. It's likely going to be our last session, or at least I hope it's our last session trading MES. We'll be moving up to one full contract of ES if we're able to make it above $2,000 today. Actually, I'd say probably 2,300 will be our buffer, as previously we had stated 2,000, but we're going to try and get a little bit more of a buffer above 3,000, or sorry, above 2,000 before we want to switch to a full contract. We're going to be arming it inside of trend at this point due to this pretty decent amount of regressive, or sorry, not regressive chop, this actual good amount of movement here with pretty highly correlated delta and price. That being said, we did have a divergence over here at 806, and we had one here at 805. So if we re-enter above this area here, it looks like we just got filled into a long position here. Let's see if we end up winning it. But we ended up getting into a long position there. Let's see what happens. We're using a 6-tick take profit, 5-tick stop loss today. Unfortunately, starting the day out there with a loss bring us down to $1,947. Moving there so you guys can see it now. Didn't have my executions panel up, but okay, at this point we'll be switching it to regression mode at this point. Hey there, Lek. Thank you for the question, which was, hey, I've been trading since 3 years now, and I'll be going to university pretty soon. I look forward to make a career in finance. Any tips on what I should specifically learn? So, Lek, there are a lot of different ways that you can go into a career in finance. It's going to definitely depend on where you want to actually be in finance. If you want to be in the trading world, I highly recommend picking up a advanced math degree rather than going for a traditional finance degree, as a finance degree won't actually really help you in terms of trading. But if you want to take a more traditional finance route, let's say you want to sell securities or whatnot, I would go with a traditional finance degree. But an advanced math degree is going to be your biggest asset if you want to break into the quantitative trading world. Not a ton of volatility today, but honestly, my long-term portfolio will probably help me. We'll probably thank the market for that. Hey NCH, if you're looking for support, check out our support hotline at support@featuresanalytica.com. We'll definitely be able to get that sorted out for you. The ML should be very easy to set up. If you're getting the model to be able to light up, or the heuristic parameter optimization button to light up, make sure you have the model that comes with the software loaded, and this will allow you to actually enable it. Hey Petro, stacked imbalances absolutely do give a direction to the market in addition to SR levels. Stacked imbalances are actually what Polarity automatically trades. So that's why we don't necessarily look at them. But the support and resistance levels automatically marked by these are actually called derived zones. These green and red zones here are actually created by stacked imbalances. Just got filled into our second trade of the day here. It's a long position. Unfortunately there, we ended up losing that trade. That triple stacked imbalance there really did seal our fate with that. Here's our third trade of the day. We end up winning that one up to $60. Up to $60 down now. Better than down 100, so we're going to switch into trend mode at this point. We ended up winning that one up to $34 on the day. You can see those commissions are really hurting us on micros. Back into regression mode as we did not break that key level. Long position here. Ended up winning that one, almost up to break even now. Just got put into a long position. Unfortunately, that's going to be a loss. Hey Matt, this is correct. The stacked imbalances I'm trading are actually coming from ES and not MES. This is due to the fact that I am using the ES data even though I'm trading MES. Hey Kopi, thank you for the question. So these percentages below the delta is just simply a calculation of the change in delta from the last bar. So you can see that we had a 3% increase in delta when we went from negative 214 to negative 208. 19% increase when we went from 208 to negative 169, and then on and so forth. Hey Cody, so the way I determine how many stacked imbalances to trade, I look at overall long-term volatility of the past couple days. This is a setting I do not really touch very often, but if there's a lot of volatility like there was last week, I will place that at 3 stacked imbalances. If there's moderate volatility, 2, and if there's almost 0 volatility, I'll place that at 1. Got put into a short position. Ended up winning that one up to down to $24. You can see that even with a skewed take profit to stop loss ratio. We're still down today, even though we have equal number of wins and losses. This is due to the extreme amount of, you know what I just realized? On my actual account here, or on the actual ATM strategy I'm using, I am using the wrong ATM strategy. I'm using 7 contracts instead of the 5 that I had planned. That is not helping us at all when it comes to that. Well, that's, yeah, you can see it's on Hyperscalp. Yes, so I'm using 7 contracts like I do on my main account. So I did not correctly swap that today. That is an absolute massive blunder. But since we started that way, I think we're going to have to end up finishing that way. Let's see here. We're in pretty good amount of profit. We were in a good amount of profit there, but now we're moving its way up. Likely going to get stopped out of this one. It's a bummer. That's definitely a big mistake on my part. Hey Mark, so I'm running the ES strategy on MES, but the way that this works is that you open up the strategy window and you can click on trade full contract spec. So if you enable that, it'll actually make the trade data based off of the full contract spec data instead of the MES data. But it'll still trade MES contracts. We ended up winning that one somehow, so now we're back up to break even. Let's see if we can continue this. Yeah, thank you, Azagro. I noticed that about the same time you did. So unfortunately, that's 7 quantity contract data. We're not using 5. We were on the wrong ATM strategy. So we have our hyperscalp small account set to 5, and we're also not on the correct take profit and stop loss. You can see here we're on a 4 stop loss, 4 take profit on this. So I'm just gonna have to directly edit this to get us up to the amount we need, and we'll get back to 5 contracts. Got filled into a short position. You can see we have a much larger take profit and stop loss now. Ended up winning that one up to $33 on the day now. You can see that we've broken out of this range. We're switching into trend mode now. Just got put into a short position. It's good news that we got the formation of this derived zone there. Ended up winning that one. Getting back-to-back short fills here. Just got filled into another short position. You can see we're just riding this whole wave down here. Looks like when we encountered this area, looks like we blew right through it. Just got put into a short position here. Gonna keep rearming. Unfortunately, I ended up losing that one. Long position here. Let's see if we get a V-shaped recovery. Very unlikely, frankly. Yeah, you can see these trades have a very low percent chance of working out when they just hit the bottom and try and win all the way on the way up. Just got put into a short position. Super fast trades here, up to 115. This is a pretty easy ride to wave here. This is a pretty massive crash though. This should be pretty simple to trade. I want to know how you guys traded this. I want to see how green you came out, or possibly how red you were. Hoping you guys were in trend mode for that, but I'm curious to see what you guys were actually doing there. We got filled. I don't know if it was a short or a long, but it was actually a long, and we ended up winning that one. Hey, Kopi, thank you so much for the comment. I do appreciate that. Our team does run on gratitude like that. We love to hear it, and I'll let the team know. Up to 240 now. It's a pretty easy section to trade here. Definitely better than we were trading before. We were down quite a bit today, so. Just got put into a long position here. Ended up losing that one down to 235. Gonna go into regression here, a lot of this chop. Big climb here, just got filled into a long position. Switching to trend mode here at this point. There's really no derived zones here, so we're not really playing by the book in a sense. We're not operating with a lot of information like I would like to. I think that if you're a beginner, in times like this where there are no derived zones around the levels you're trading, I would avoid trading until you get into a position where those levels are existing. Up to 191 now. Short position here. Regression mode is absolutely key here. We have a red derived zone up here, green one down here, which will act as support. Hopefully, if we blow through this, we'll switch it back to trend. Looks like we did blow through that, but we got filled into a long position. Ended up winning that one, 254 now. Ended up losing that one down to positive 217. Just got filled into a positive or into a long trade here. We ended up winning that one up to 211. We've been floating around the $200 in profit mark for kind of a while now. We've been losing some, we've been winning some. Hopefully we can dial in here. We got kind of a buffer from this. This is a pretty easy area to trade. Hey there, Chan. Thank you for the feedback. I'd asked earlier how you guys did on this downtrend here. Chan was trading 3 contracts of ES and made over $3,000 in profit. That's pretty ridiculous just in trend mode. Wow, that's pretty ridiculous, man. Love to see stuff like that, and thanks for letting me know. Want to hear if any of you guys had that, or if you had a dissimilar experience, please let me know. Really trying to see how different things are based on different setups. And let me know if you're using Sierra Link or not, which is the VPS platform that we have, which gives you the same setup and just automatically configures everything for you. So let me know if that's the difference maker or if it's not. Just got filled into a short position here. We ended up winning that one up to 242.63. Minimum imbalance volume is actually just the minimum volume that needs to happen at the imbalance. So let's say that 184 here. Let's say you had your imbalance volume set to 185. That 184 volume would not have been an imbalance. Hey Rodney, you said using Quant Tower and you want to copy the settings I'm using. I'm not exactly certain what footprint chart you're using, so it's hard for me to give that data. But it's the same settings as the AC4 Plus that I have in the template. So if you glance at that, you should be able to derive that. EOGway says, can you use the machine learning setting in live trading? Yeah, absolutely. I'm trading live right now, and yeah, you can use it in live trading. Swapping to regression here. Just got put into a long position here. Up to 330 now, finally making some further progress past 200. Somehow ended up winning that trade anyway. Getting some super solid fills here. Lost that trade back down to 381. Just got filled there into a short position this time. Hey Greg, so with the Sierra package setup, you're gonna want to use just the AC4 Plus enabled. Should not have both enabled at the same time. Hey Evan, we'll probably go a full ES contract after this session. I don't want to switch mid-session. For some reason, I just have a mental block where if I start the day out strong, I don't ever want to scale up my contracts or or switching to a full contract of ES midday. Um, I feel like it can have the potential to detract from my actual gains. Hey yo Jigwe, thank you for the question. So your question was, what RAM do you use? What PC and internet speed? So I'm just using this Sierra setup on Sierra Link, which is available in the description. It's a trading VPS located right next to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. My internet speed is in the latency levels of below 1 millisecond of latency in between Sierra Link and the exchange. So I'm using 32 gigabytes of RAM, which is standard on the Sierra plan. And you can see the CPU specs on the website as well. Just got put into a long trade here. There we go, up to 441. Back-to-back fills here in regression, super easy trades. Long trade here. I'm pretty confident about this one. Hard to say that it'll break through that. And of course it did, right when I say that. That's awesome. 467 now. You can see we're almost up to $2,500 of net liquidation. Starting at 500, that's pretty substantial gains. Just got filled there. Hey Marcelo, yeah, there's a trial of the Analytica chart for Plus, but there's no trial for the automated aspect of it, which takes the trades automatically. Hey Patrick, the data providers I am subscribed to are Kinetic, IQ Feed, NinjaTrader Continuum, and I believe that's it. Oh yeah, and then Rhythmic. Hey Marcelo, your question was, does this run in a VPS? Better to use VPS? If your connection is pretty strong, definitely not absolutely necessary, but that execution edge of being able to run the strategy right next to the CME does give a pretty big benefit. And if you decide to go with the Sierra Link VPS, everything's pre-configured. You don't have to worry about doing any of that. Um, got filled into a short position here. Finally, it's been kind of a while since we got a trade, but I'm not going to say I'm confident about this. Okay, yeah, I love how right when I said the word confident, I got stopped out. I switched into trend mode right after we got filled here. Let's see if we get screwed because of that late. Looks like we didn't. Back up to 487 now. Now we're getting some actual volatility and some good fills. Let's see here. Just ended up getting that one to 550.
Filled.
613 now. I think we're probably going to call it there for today, at least until we swap to ES. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. It was a pretty tough trading session. Had to go for quite a while. Had a pretty long string of losses back here to the start, but when we started getting that big move there on ES, just this massive downtrend here, that put us in the green, and then we were able to trade pretty confidently to get to where we are at now. Nice to see the market has recovered a little bit. Nowhere near where we were before, but love to see that. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in today. And if you need some more, I want to hear how you guys did today. Let me know either in that Q&A form or in the comments section. And specifically, I want to see how you guys were able to trade this zone over here. I mean, this is very easy to trade, and I want to know how we're doing in terms of education and whatnot. So if you traded this section and did well, or if you traded this section and did poorly, please let me know, and let me know what was actually happening, because there's no way that you were taking long trades here or pretty much anywhere except for here, and even if you were taking them there, should have been very easy to make some profit at that point. But also, I want to point out that you could actually tell that we were getting a weakening movement as we move down. You can see very strong. It's just short imbalances here. Now during the chop, there was some blue specks on the right side, but through here, nothing. And then on this last leg over here, as we started to reach the bottom, we started seeing some actual long imbalances show up during the downtrend before we actually found a bottom. And yeah, so just small things to observe like that can really set you ahead in terms of trading order flow and whatnot. Of course, these are things you don't have to look out for in terms of the fundamental way to trade the strategy, but any little edge helps, and these things can be subconscious. You may not even realize you're looking at them, and you'll feel this urge that you want to switch modes, or you want to selectively arm in a long or short direction, and whatnot. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, and